there is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
We're back. Hey, everybody.
We're back? Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, shit.
We're on.
Let me wipe the dust off this.
Oh, my gosh. It's been so long. Sorry, everybody. Hey, remember we told the audience at the beginning of the season we're going to have video and we're going to be on YouTube
Oh, yeah.
with video and all that?
It's coming.
That never happened.
So
But to be fair, we tried.
we did.
We tried. But my
And we're going to keep trying.
my $2,000 Mac melted down
Yeah.
on free software.
Yeah. Didn't you replace it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Then I replaced it with a more expensive version
Mm-hmm.
so we could actually do the video. And I even I was at the Mac bar with all the, nerds,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, you'll be able to
This will handle anything.
This will handle anything."
You can hack CIA.
That's all you're going to do? I told them exactly what we're going to do. And they're like, "That's all you're going to do with it?
Yeah.
Video and audio at the same time?" Oh, no problem. We get here, we do it,
Crash.
meltdown. So we just
Right.
went back to audio. We tried to do it.
We're going to keep trying.
How do we do it? Someone said I should just record with the phone and then just upload that
Yeah.
with like inferior sound quality.
Sure.
Have the good sound quality being the audio only, and then just have the video
Oh, well,
with just the iPhone mic.
yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That's what the advice was. Well, I just told you outside we should just record with the video with our phones right now, and we'll just upload that.
Oh, we're going to do that.
We might
For sure.
be the only choice. And then I see other podcasts that like you and I have to be in the same room. That's why it takes us a long time.
Yeah.
But I see other podcasts and, the two guys that are doing it, one's in Texas, the other one's in Michigan, and they're just on, video like Zoom.
I don't want to do that. I want to be here with you.
I
Get
know.
the vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we kind of feed off each other.
But then we go for 4 months without.
Listen, we're
No
going to have
episode.
video. It's going to be a severe drop in quality, sound, and
And presentation.
everything.
Everything.
Really. But we're going to have it.
Yeah, we'll have it just because we're supposed to.
We're going to have it by the end of the year. We just don't know which year.
right. We're going to have it by the end of some year.
Yeah.
Before the end of a year in the future.
Sometime within the next decade.
Should we do? This is the show where we suspend our beliefs on what was and what is, and we use our imagination on what is and what could be. So we transcend the matrix, hack the 3D, and finally exit the Truman Show. All right, Purple Pill Show. Here we go.
Protect your belief.
Yep. Wait, no.
All right.
That's no, that's not the new. That's
No?
not the episode.
What's the title of the
Okay,
new episode?
the title of the new episode is Belief is the Currency.
Oh, there we go.
Belief is the currency. So we had a
Crash.
uh
Crash.
oh.
Just
Wait a
don't move.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it clicked.
Okay, so we had a crazy summer. Absolutely insane. The wheels fell off, right? The wheels fell off. I went into
Every time we hung out, the wheels fell off.
Every time we hung out, the wheels fell off. Just wild. I went into some kind of strange, hellish dreamscape psychosis on my family vacation.
Mm.
That was wild. I believed something
Still trying to forget that.
yeah, I believed something so intently that it started manifesting. Like there was all kinds of strange things started manifesting, and I didn't know how to stop it or slow it down. And I reached out to you in the most bizarre way ever, in a hostile way.
I just spit. Yeah.
I reached out to you in a hostile way, And you were so beautiful and bitching, and to just stick by your best friend and just
Of course.
and do what needed to be done to take me out of that.
I'd chop off a finger.
It reminded me of when the Lord Jesus goes down into hell, like before, when he gets crucified, he goes down into hell for a period of time, and then comes back up. I felt like you reached your hand down into hell and like pulled me out.
Yeah.
So that was good.
It kind of felt like that.
Thank God that happened. And then we went to the King Gizzard show at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we
Instant Manifest.
reconciled.
We
That was cool, man.
We reconciled, but
that shit was great.
But it was Instant Manifest though, with the hypertension.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that one.
Right?
I'm like, bro, I couldn't miss. Okay, so I was looking for a reason to miss the show because they had a full string section, which is not their typical deal.
Yeah, so we thought they're going to be
I'm
confined
like, oh, it's going to
musically.
be mid, and then I went. Something your wife couldn't make it, she was sick or something.
Yeah.
I went, and I'm like, it's worth the chance to see a Hypertension or a Shanghai,
Right.
which are their bangers,
Yeah.
and they did.
It was wild.
Second set, they did
yeah.
Hypertension with a Shanghai tease.
With the Shanghai.
It was too much.
Yeah, so so King Gizzard, they do a lot of improvisational rock and roll, and but this time around, they were promoting this new record with orchestra. It's a good record, but it has an orchestra section. And usually, when a rock band plays with an orchestra, they're kind of confined in what they can do improvisationally because the orchestra is reading off of written music, and the band is doing their thing, and so you can't really deviate because you need the orchestra to stay in sync. So that's how it was billed. However, the rule is never miss a King Gizzard show if you can help it, right? So
Yeah.
we end up, I'm trying to convince Tim on text, and he says if they play Hypertension into Shanghai, I'll cut my dick off.
Oh, that's true. I forgot I said
And I'm
that.
like, oh, well, prepare for the portal, but, prepare to cut your dick off because I am certain that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the show, and they're doing the orchestra rock and roll thing, and then out of nowhere, the orchestra leaves the stage, and the band starts jamming. Incredibly, I mean, just mind blowing jams, and they end up going to this Hypertension improvisational jam.
It was,
and then they from that jam they go into like a Shanghai. They're doing the notes. It wasn't just vocal. They're doing the notes.
They just teased the melody.
Yeah, they teased the melody, and then they did the lyrics just to put it over the edge. And then I looked over at you, and I'm like, "Oh, you said you're going to cut your dick off." You start laughing. So that was
they do that part where it's like bye bye Shanghai, get real high, something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
that's
they
right.
did. They did that for like a couple measures. And it was just too much.
It was too much because we had just talked about it on the text.
Yeah.
And then we went to the set list after the show. Like we thought, oh, maybe we're just tripping.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like maybe maybe it wasn't Hypertension. Maybe it was just some other groove. And no, it was Hypertension Shanghai. That's what the set list said. So that was really cool. Instant Manifestation, right?
Yes,
when
and
you're
that
certain.
was like the second or third time that's happened with that band.
Right.
The same thing happened at Paso Robles.
Yes, we're out in the parking lot.
Oh shit! I mean, even driving there, Intersport came on. I was like, bro, why don't they play this live?
Yeah,
this
we've never heard that.
Sick.
We went through the whole discography basically.
Yeah,
the stuff
on the road trip.
Yeah, we weren't.
And that was the
with.
sickest one that stood out. I'm like, they need to play this live. And we get there, and we're listening to it in the parking lot. And we heard Hypertension.
Right, for maybe the third time where we really dug in. It was the first time I heard that song in that way.
Yeah, it was just
that it really blew my mind. And I'm like, they should play this. They're gonna play this.
And they played both that night.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
That was. We basically wrote their set.
Yeah,
at least the best part of it. And then what else happened? We went to the Henry Fonda Theater and saw.
Gang of Four.
Gang of Four.
Yeah.
Right, and that was good.
Hell yeah.
And then we got out of the show. You and I were just laughing up a storm for some reason. something had happened on the way out or when we were hanging out inside, and it spilled out into the street. You and I just kept going. We were kept riffing on something.
Yeah.
And then we're standing by the car, hanging, and I start looking around. And I'm like, we can't verify any of these people. You know, whether they're real or not, whether they're actually conscious like you and I are, right? Well, I can't verify.
Oh, you can only verify your own.
You can only verify your own consciousness, right? That's a purple pill little meme.
Yeah, so we always say that.
Yeah, so we started looking around, and sure enough, there was 25, 30 people on the streets. I mean, it was Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh yeah, there was people coming out of the venue, people going down. You know, it's not Sunset, but it's Santa Monica, is it, or Hollywood Boulevard?
Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah, they're coming from other clubs or whatever. There's the street, remember the street vendor, right? And he left to go get a water.
Oh, he started running, sprinting?
Like to go get a water, I don't know.
That's right. I'm like, where's this guy going?
But they were all walking in unison.
Yes.
At the exact same time, and it felt very like video game-ish.
Yes, very simulation-ish.
Yeah, like when you see people, like they were even walking with that video game strut.
Yes, the video game strut, like a Sims strut.
Yeah.
Or like Grand Theft Auto.
It was so weird. It was creepy.
The non-playable characters in Grand Theft Auto, they had that like with the neck, and the shoulders moving forward. And I'm like, look at this. For real, look at this, Tim. This is not, people do not walk like this. And they all started walking like that?
Yeah, and I was totally sober. I'm, you know, almost 8 years now. So I was like, wow, I started tripping. I'm like, bro, like,
how is this?
I felt like mushrooms or something.
It did.
What is going on
right?
here?
And
like,
it wasn't just three people.
You know how like when you take enough, like the world starts breathing?
Yeah. Yeah. It starts
Everything
shimmering
around you.
Yeah. And it starts going kind of in and out.
It was trippy.
That was happening.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And I said to you, I go, that's the best part of us hanging out. If I'm inebriated a bit, but you're always not.
Yeah.
And we are having the same experience, then, I mean, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's a verify right there.
Right. Oh, 100%.
That was weird. So we had this weird psychedelic hellscape, yet heaven, the summer, that kept us real busy. I went to Zion National Park with the family, which was that's a trippy place. Zion apparently means house of God, kingdom of God, something like this. Will you look that up? What does Zion mean? Zion National Park, Zion. Anyway, when you get there, it's like Fortress of God or something. Anyway, when you're in there and you're looking around at these mountains and you're walking through the creeks and stuff, you're looking up, and the way the mountains are formed, it all kind of looks like petrified castles, like former castles that have been melted or petrified in some way. I swear, it looks like buildings. Next time you're out there in Arizona, Utah, and all the red mountains and stuff, look at it with a different eye, like
dwelling place of God.
Dwelling place of God.
Yeah.
So I swear, I could kind of blur my eyes and just use my imagination and see how all these rock formations were like castles and stuff. It was really neat. And I was like, oh, I can see how God could live here. Heck, I want to live here. So that was good. Sorry, we haven't had an episode in a while. We got Mandela Effect update. Mandela Effect update. We all remember the Mandela Effect, right? You're shifting timelines. Things are changing. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh, yeah. Berenstain Bears.
Right.
That whole thing.
Oscar Mayer is now Oscar Mayer, like John Mayer.
Yeah.
Right? But it's always been Mayer. But now it's Mayer. It was never Mayer. That's what they say.
Maybe John Mayer purchased it.
In the new timeline, it's John Mayer hot dogs, which is a whole other disturbing thing. I don't think I want to be eating Mayer's hot dog. Oh my goodness. So the new Mandela Effect, and is it a Mandela Effect? Kind of.
John Mayer's attractive.
Let's
be real.
It's a weird thing. You know that there's a meme going around, or kind of just a trippy thing, that you've never seen your neighbor unload groceries.
Yeah.
You know, and you really think about it, you're like, I really have never seen my neighbor unload groceries. Or if you have, it's like one time in your entire life. Isn't that strange, right? So
Mhm.
here's another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Here's another one that's strange like that. And this one's coming up in the collective zeitgeist lately is there's never any new cemeteries, right? There's never any new cemeteries. You never hear about, well, we have a big cemetery near where we live called Rose Hills.
Yeah.
Right. We
In
grew up,
Whittier.
yeah, in
Yeah,
Whittier.
yeah, yeah.
Rose
My
Hills
mom's-
Cemetery.
My grandma's buried there.
Yeah, so is mine. And Rose Hills Cemetery. It's a pretty big cemetery, but it's never expanded.
Yeah.
Never. And it's been around since before I was born. And you'd think if people are dying every 3 minutes, what is the number? What does this timeline tell us the new number is? How many people die every second or every minute or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, the math doesn't math. There's a few people on social media that have been kind of doing the math for people that are, if they die every 3 minutes, there should be this number. And even if you take cremation into the equation, burial is still the most popular.
104 deaths per minute globally.
104 deaths per minute.
That's globally.
Okay. And so that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people every day, even if it is globally.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
you should these cemeteries should need
That's
to expand.
150,000 every day.
Oh my gosh. So you would think that over my lifetime, you would think that Rose Hills would have to expand the cemetery. It's a very popular
Yeah.
cemetery. Or Forest Lawn or even the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Yeah.
They never have to expand. There's always a plot open. What's going on? How come there's no new, it seems like a new business too, right? All these new buildings come up. Instead of building a building, why aren't we building new cemeteries for all these people that are dying? Right? It seems like a
Yeah.
pretty good business. I don't know why that's not happening. Where are all these people going? And then people say, well, cremation's a lot more popular. And so people have done the math. Even if it is more popular, it still wouldn't explain why there's no new cemeteries, why there's always plots available. Like what is going on here?
I don't know.
So-
I never thought about that.
No new cemeteries, folks. And there's no expansion. Just look around your own neighborhoods. It's really weird. Doesn't make any sense. So if you've heard this before, right? So if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? I mean, no, it doesn't. And in my opinion, it doesn't even fall. Fuck, there is no tree if you're not around.
No one's around.
If no one's around to
Sure.
experience it.
Sure.
So if a person dies and no one's around to experience it, do they die? I mean, I can't verify. And there's no new cemeteries.
Are they putting, okay, so if there's always plots available, are they
Right.
just stacking?
That's illegal. Don't you own the plot? You pay a lot of money for those plots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go to your cemetery. Do you see a bunch of bulldozers and tractors rolling around there either? Like, no.
I've never seen that.
Like, no, you don't. You don't see bulldozers, tractors. Let them stack them. I mean, make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Show me
yeah.
a tractor so I can rationalize this away. There's no new cemeteries, folks, which goes hand in hand with we don't die, right? Even if we know we live forever. Here on the Purple Pill podcast, we know we live forever. But I mean, maybe it's literally, like physically. There's no new cemeteries. I mean, there's no new cemeteries.
I know, and my mind's trying to rationalize it.
Yeah, I know. It's just you can't. And they did. And even look it up on social media. There's a bunch of people that have been doing the numbers, running the numbers. They just can't. The numbers,
I know.
the numbers don't add up.
Okay, so I'm just thinking like my own personal experience the last maybe I did go to one funeral, maybe it was like 5 years ago, that was at Westminster right there.
Bradley
was a
Knowles.
burial.
Bradley Knowles buried over there.
Really?
Yeah, in Westminster Cemetery.
Yeah,
The singer
right there
of
on
Sublime?
beach. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to one there, but the other 2 or 3 I've gone to, they were cremated.
Yeah. Even if you take the cremation it's less expensive and it's more popular.
Yeah.
But even if you take that number into consideration, there's still not enough. There's still not. I went to visit my brother in Texas,
Yeah.
and there's a little town, right? There's like 20,000 people max. Anyway, there's a little town. And then it's like you're walking through a Disney movie or it's like you're in Disneyland, like, the old town. What do they call that when you first walk in?
Downtown
Main
Disney?
Street. Main Street.
Oh, got you.
Main Street. So it kind of looks like that. Like it's that small. And then there's a little, you're going through the town and all of a sudden it's the town cemetery. It's just been there forever. The tombstones are falling apart. You almost expect to see a couple of ghosts going da 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 da,
Yeah,
singing songs or something. It's like, oh, seems like some pretty good real estate right here. Why wouldn't they just? Is they going to expand this? This same cemetery. It's been there since the town was founded.
Hmm.
I thought that was odd. It's just kind of a weird thing to think about. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go into
Well,
that.
I'm just going to use it to expand my belief that we don't die.
Oh, perfect.
Because I mean, I'm going to take any fuel I can get to gas that up.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing. And then we have the Purple Pill episode update. We just did our last. Well, not we just did. Our last episode was the Return of the Divine Feminine.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and so I've been reading this book called UFOs of God, and this comes after our UFO. We had like a double UFO episode where we showed how UFOs were in the Bible and they're spiritual entities. And so after those episodes were recorded, I started stumbling upon more of this. And this book, UFOs of God, kind of stood out to me. So I've been reading that. And in this, this family has been visited by the aliens, quote unquote. I like to call them angels. But they've been visited by these aliens. And in this scene that happens, the patriarch, the father of the family, sees this entity known as the Lady. And the whole family has also seen this entity. And it's a very, this family's very famous now. And they've been contacted by NASA, and they orchestrate these sightings of UFOs where they can kind of call in the UFOs from their, by meditating together. It's called CE5, something around these lines. And they can call in these orbs. And so all types of high-level government agencies have taken interest in this family. And in this book, it's really interesting. But there's one scene in here that one of the sons was on this podcast. And he talks about what this entity said to him and his dad. And it was really interesting to piggyback on our Divine Feminine episode. Now, I'm going to play it for you here in a second. Let me cue it up here. Okay. All right. So this is Chris Bledsoe. Chris Bledsoe's the father. Ryan Bledsoe's his son. He's got 2 sons and a daughter, I believe, as well as his wife. This is Ryan Bledsoe, the son, and he's going to talk about when his dad was visited by the Lady. Okay.
You know why I'm here, but she doesn't move her mouth. Anytime these entities ever spoke, it's that they don't move their mouth. It's in your mind. She said, "You know why I'm here?" She said, "I'm the Divine Feminine. It's a great secret that's been hidden throughout all time. It's been suppressed." And she made him to understand it in the sense that, like, for example, the Catholic Church has Mary. Even they have a Divine Feminine, but they took this concept and they turned her into a human. They suppressed the idea that the feminine can be divine, but she's part of the human world. So Jesus is the Son of God, right? But the mother is only human. There's no divinity there, but yet she's still worshipped for thousands of years. It's this very complicated, confusing thing. She said that her name is Hathor, but that throughout time she has gone by many names and is known across the world, across various cultures. Basically, that to summarize the things that she said, there is a group in power who worships the dark force. This is getting to your question. This is why I told the story. Mm-hmm. There's a group in power who worships the dark force, and they are using the biblical book of Revelations to script the end of times. They're trying to force prophecy on mankind. It's a playbook, right? She said, "As it is written, so shall it be, that the prophecies will play out, but that it was written thousands of years ago that the light would win and that we will." that there will be intervention, that we're approaching a new age. She said we're going to shift into the age of Aquarius, and there will be a new knowledge, and there will be peace, that we will have a connection with God and the divine forces. But that in order to do this,
When was this?
So this interview for this podcast that Ryan Bledsoe was on was a year ago.
Okay.
However, it was never, I never knew about any of these people. When we made those episodes, those were just based on my downloads.
Sure.
They weren't based on anything else. Right. I was really sticking my neck out kind of. Only after the fact have I run into this. And this goes in hand with after I got my download, I go out and I search for things that corroborate that type of knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. To see if it's, if there's anything to it or is it just me. Right. Is it just all in my mind or is
or
this
if
something
anyone else is experiencing
Yeah.
the
Right.
same
And
thing.
so turns out, yeah, there is. And as a matter of fact, it goes hand in hand with the last episode, Divine Feminine. And even in that episode, we were talking about Sophia and a couple other names. We were reading from the Gnostic Gospels. She goes by many different names. I even said that.
Right.
Mary Magdalene is a divine feminine. Mary, Jesus' mother's divine feminine. Sophia. And here we have another experience. His dad, this guy was Ryan Bledsoe. He was a very successful businessman, fell on hard times, started getting visited by these entities. And now turns out the entity that came to them also said, I'm the divine feminine. And, I've been hidden throughout time. And we're coming into a new age of knowledge and awareness. And that's what's happening here, right? We even say this on the Purple Pill podcast. It happened to me. I don't know, maybe it's going on 5 years here soon. But it's going to happen to you. It's happened to you. It's going to happen to everybody at some point at different levels. And here we have more evidence of that. So that's just really encouraging, right? You listen to these podcasts, you get these downloads, you have this awareness. And it'd be one thing if you just had the awareness and as you and I talking and I make an episode and nothing ever comes of it. You never hear about it by anybody else. But it's a whole other thing when all of a sudden books start popping up and other people with larger followings, with more reach are saying exact same things.
Yeah.
Or 90% close to what that was.
Well, he does say he's going to bring us knowledge of all things.
Right. And we're coming into a new age, new knowledge. And Jesus says in that scripture, I'm going to send you the Holy Spirit, which is, from my experience, has been a feminine entity. And he will bring you knowledge of all things. And so that's just amazing, right? I love that. So that's a Purple Pill episode update there. I also have another one here. Okay, you remember the one that we did, Healing Others, and I think we have another one. I think it was just Healing Others, and then the description was kind of like, how do we change the past?
Yeah, and it was in order to heal yourself.
Right.
It helps you by healing others.
Right. And you can, right? Like you imagine the past differently.
Sure.
And you do that
use
enough.
Your imagination.
Yeah, you do.
To recreate the past.
Right. And the way you wanted it to go. Okay.
And in doing that, you heal yourself.
Right. So here we have a headline. I want you to look this article up too, dude, as I give it to you, okay? So the headline is Copenhagen physicists claim the world reacts to our decisions retroactively. All right. So type in Copenhagen physicists and then type in Copenhagen, the physicist, PHYSICISTS. Okay. Copenhagen physicists, and then type in the world reacts to our decisions retroactively. See if you can pull up the original article.
All right.
Anyway, the retrocausality paradox, when the future shapes the past. I mean, this goes directly with our episode on this. And this is one of my downloads, right? But now we've got something to kind of confirm it or give more confirmation that we're on the right track.
This is like a whole thing, Copenhagen interpretation.
Okay. Scientists have observed a bizarre effect. A particle changes its state in the past when experimenters alter conditions in the future. This paradox is called the retrocausality. Imagine you make a choice today and the world rewrites yesterday to match it. This isn't science fiction. It's a documented quantum phenomenon that still leaves physicists stunned. The experiment was deceptively simple. A photon was sent through detectors, and only later did researchers decide how to measure it. But that later choice affected the photon's past state. In other words, cause came after effect. One scientist said, "It looks like the universe knows what we're going to do before we even decide." This idea challenges the very notion of time itself. Theorists explain it using quantum superposition. Until a measurement happens, the past isn't defined. Our present decision seemingly fills in what has already happened. If true, it means our choices don't just respond to the past. They might be actively shaping it retroactively. A concept of both mind-bending and a bit unsettling. I mean, not for us. Skeptics say it's all about interpretation, but experiments keep showing the same thing. At the quantum level, time isn't linear. Particles don't care about before or after. They just exist in a timeless state of now. Where have we heard that before? All over this show, right? The past and the future and the present all exist at the same time, right? If causality can run backward, then maybe past and future are illusions, projections of human perception. One physicist put it beautifully. Perhaps we don't live from past to future, but from choice to meaning. Quantum physics turns reality into a mirror where every now ripples both ways. Maybe the past isn't fixed. You just haven't decided what it will become. Killer. Killer. Because when you're on this journey, when you're taking this purple pill and you're trying to combine and get rid of the duality of right and wrong, good and evil, when you realize we're all just one, and you're kind of taking this in and you're believing it and you're moving through life, to get stuff like this popping up, to confirm that and keep you going, it's just another signpost. You're on the right timeline. You're headed for the golden age. I mean, what other timeline would this be in? I mean, we were saying this a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now here we are with the physicists catching up to us, catching up to our download.
Yeah.
Right? The science is going to confirm our spirituality. So I just thought that's great. So, healing others, changing the past, keep it going. Keep it going. It's just because they say this is the way it happened, or just because you believe you did something wrong and now you can't get over it, or you have shame over it still. That's just in your mind. It's not right now. And the past can change by your decisions of the future, or you can just choose right now not to believe that about yourself anymore, and then the past will change. I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah, this is really interesting. The Copenhagen interpretation. Oh, so it's like Schrodinger's cat. Okay, so the cat in the box tied to quantum event, right? It says the cat's fate isn't decided until the measurement happens. It's not that the cat is really one or the other. It's genuinely in a superposition until it's observed, right? And so his big idea was complementary, which says some quantum properties like the particle's position and momentum can't be fully known at the same time.
So it can
so
be
one diverts the other. They act on each other, vice versa.
Right. It goes, and that's an old experiment, right? That was a theory, but now the physicists are starting to confirm that.
Yeah. The more precisely you measure a particle's position, the less you know about its momentum, and vice versa.
Oh, jeez. We gotta shut the show off.
I know.
We're gonna.
Well, that kind of makes sense with the stuff that we encounter in our own reality. Like okay, for example,
the examples of the shows.
No. What you just said. Fart Barf is playing in Orange County in whatever, a week or a month or something this month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, are they playing at the Garden Amp? Because that's a place that's right by my house. I like that place. I go there a lot.
I told you.
Look it up.
No, absolutely not. No. I say no, absolutely not.
No, of course not. It's some place you've never heard of.
That's what I said.
Which is crazy because we've been there a couple times. So
right.
I looked it up on their website and it's like, oh, they're playing the Garden Amp. And
That blew my mind.
Couple months.
That blew my mind.
You know?
I follow them. This band Fart Bar, if they're local, they're amazing. Synth rock band. Terrible name, but it's neither here nor there. I said we're going to go to a show this month. We haven't seen them in a while.
Yes. It's been a year.
I think they're playing OC. I said I think it's OC. I followed their socials, pretty religiously.
And the number one place I go to in OC is Orange.
I know. Tim always wants everyone to play Garden Amp. Okay. It's pretty good. Anyway, I go, no, absolutely not. I'm a little annoyed that he always brings up Garden Amp. I go, no, they're not playing there. Because I saw an ad for a different venue.
Right.
And you go,
you even said it's someplace I've never heard of.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, they're not? And then you go, oh, since when did they have a website? Because I thought they just promote on socials.
Oh, yeah. There's a website with merch.
Yeah, and then you go to tour. Meanwhile, it doesn't have all their shows.
No, there's a couple.
Yeah, it doesn't have the shows they're going to play this month on there.
There's two. There's one in L.A.
Well, there's one that you want to see. It's at the Garden Amp.
And the Garden Amp one that I just created.
It's just Fart Bar Schrodinger's cat. And then that just happened.
Sure.
So the living room outside these doors doesn't exist until I open them. Until I open the doors.
Right.
And I can't verify.
Neither does the neighbor with the groceries.
And I can't verify you, and you can't verify me.
Not outside of this room.
I don't know where you came
from.
Not
outside of this portal, dog.
Oh, my God. Oh. Okay. We got timeline shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one you just mentioned. Yeah, we shifted to another timeline, right? In that brief second of me saying no and you going, oh, and like believing you're going to see a Garden Amp. Like you really wanted to see Garden Amp. And you clicked on it and you saw Garden Amp.
I could walk there. You've been wanting
to see them at Garden Amp for so long.
I need a Manifest Fish playing there or something.
So the timeline shift. So the other night, the Dodgers won. We're all really excited.
Yes.
We love the Dodgers. So amazing. Los Angeles Dodgers. And it was an absolutely phenomenal game. And so it must have been the 5th or 6th inning. And we were down 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been the 6th inning. Anyway, it's not in front of me. So it was 4-2. And I went in the kitchen to get some peanuts or something. And I was getting real nervous. 4-2. And I'm like, God.
Oh, yeah. In baseball, that could be it.
And the Blue Jays are just kind of lights out with their pitching. And our guys just weren't getting it. We were losing the whole game, always behind. And this is the 7th game. And it's just so hard to score runs. So I'm in the kitchen and I just, I say out loud, I go, and this goes hand in hand with our, I think we have an episode called Consent. Anyway, I go in the kitchen and I go, you know what? I say out loud, no one's around. I say out loud, I go, I do not consent to the Dodgers losing the World Series. I am word with this intention. Word, I am word, and so it is. Amen. And I got my peanuts and I walked back into the living room with just this comfort. And I remember thinking in my mind, can't wait to see how this plays out now. Because there's very little time left. It's like the 6th inning. There's only 3 more innings to go.
Right.
There's very little time left for the universe to catch up with my declaration that I'm not going to consent.
Not if it's immediate.
Right? So I have this thought as I'm walking back in the living room to sit in my lazy boy, eat my peanuts. I go, this is going to be fun to see how this rationalizes itself.
Mm-hmm. And
next thing I know, Max Muncy hits a homer to pull it into 4-3. And then the very next inning, the bottom of the batting order, the 9th batter, the worst batter. And this guy had just got put in the game before. His name escapes me right now. Anyway, he hits a homer and ties it. And I'm like, oh shit. And so I just did this in the kitchen. Then I come out and all of a sudden the momentum has shifted greatly.
I thought it was a catcher. Wasn't it him? Will Smith? No?
So wait, Will Smith's later.
Oh, okay.
Will Smith takes the lead.
Gotcha.
So now it's 4-4, right? And then we're in the 9th or something, and then we tie it. And then in the 11th, the 10th or the 11th, Will Smith hits the homer.
Yes.
And takes the 5-4, and we end up winning the game.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I right? And so I had said it in the kitchen, but it wasn't like, I didn't say it in the sense of, oh, I wonder if this is going to work, because that's not going to work.
No, you have to feel
that doesn't work.
You really have to believe it.
Bro, you have to believe it. And I said
100%.
it, and we've been working on this for a long time. Okay. I'm 5 years in.
You
Not
can
all-
say
Not only did I
all
believe
day,
it. Yeah.
but until you believe it,
Right.
that's when
You have to have both. You got to say it out loud. Otherwise, you don't believe it. If you're going to say something out loud that you keep something to yourself, you just, you're hiding from something. You kind of believe something. If you say it out loud, oh, that's the first step. And then if you just let it go after that and you just have comfort in knowing, boom, it starts happening, dude.
Yeah.
Just like when I said they're going to play the hypertension into Shanghai, and I go, I am certain. And I just had this calm, and boom. I forgot I even did that on the text. You even brought that up to me at the show. You're like, dude, do you remember you even said this? And we have the receipts.
Yeah.
So Dodgers win, and I'm just like, another example. I was helping a family a couple of weeks back, and great care plan for them, everything. I'm in medical consulting. Anyway, great care plan, all this stuff. But there was another medical professional that was trying to muddy the waters a bit, throw some shade. And it wasn't the right move. I mean, it just wasn't. 2 + 2 is always 4, right? So this guy was, kind of muddy the waters, like I said. Anyway, I was in the shower and I was kind of having some anxiety about it. And I thought, this poor family, man, they need to just stick with the plan we came up with. And I said out loud, I do not consent to this patient going with this other care plan that doesn't make sense for the family and for the betterment of the patient. I am word with this intention. Word I am word, and so it is. Amen. Next thing 2 hours later, I got a phone call. We're moving forward with the original care plan. Boom, boom, boom. The guy's doing great now. Ba, 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 ba.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is real. Okay. This is all, we've given you plenty of examples already. So that was great. So that's our timeline shifts. The Dodger game, right? I shifted just by declaring that. I shifted it from the Blue Jays
Right
to the
away.
Dodgers right away. Just boom.
Instantly.
Now there's another timeline out there where the Blue Jays win, and you know what? I hope those people are enjoying that. But I'm here with the big D's.
So I got a friend that started doing this, like words of affirmation, right? Like you have to
Beautiful.
do the words,
You do.
and you have to really believe it.
100%.
And
And that's what Jesus says.
yeah, and she started doing this for abundance.
Okay.
And she called me up and told me like what had happened, and she was just like, I don't know how all this just lined up the way it did, but now it's like I have this patient now who's like elite, like socialite, and she's just bankrolling now.
Yeah.
Wants her for like private this and that, and it's like she's like, yeah, I was working on this girl, hadn't seen her in a while. She's like an influencer, and she's like, oh, my friend is looking to get this stuff done, and why don't you let me? I'll just set you up with this. And it was like the friend, the socialite, right? Like has had her own personal so and so that did this, and she was not, she just wasn't following through, and so it happened to be the one that was doing the work previously happened to be the one that my friend was like wanting to study under and get,
Yeah.
like level up,
Uh-huh.
and never did. And now she's ending up working with her patient. It's really
Oh.
trippy. She's like, I can't even explain how all this fell into place.
Right.
But I was just manifesting this abundance with word of
Right.
affirmation, right?
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
Oh, no,
it's-
that's
It's trippy when it does work.
it's the best.
It's like, it's mind boggling.
Well, it's a couple things, right? Like, so what gets you to this point of using this is that you've tried everything else.
Mhm.
You've gone down every other road.
Right.
You've hustled. You've
hustled.
sweated. You've worked your ass off. You've done everything under the sun, and you're only this much farther. And you're just going, what in the fuck, man? What is the problem here?
Hitting rock bottom.
Yep, is the
is the
fastest way to the top, right? So
You're humbled.
you're humbled, you're tired, and something inside you starts tickling, starts binging like when you ping your phone when you don't know where it is, ping, ping, ping.
Oh, yeah.
Something starts pinging inside you, right? And it's that divine spark that's within us that we went over that. We've gone over that a few times. It's that divine spark of the Lord because He is in me and I am in you, right?
Yeah.
So that divine spark starts pinging. Next thing you know, and you get these ideas in your head, but you probably, if you're 3D, you just dismiss it. However, over the years, you've tried everything else. So now you're like, I don't want to dismiss this. Maybe I should try this. Right. So then, or you're on socials or you're reading a book or you meet a friend that tells you to do it. Someone encourages you on some level.
Yeah.
And then you just go, fuck it. Right. Fake it till you make it works too, bro. Don't forget, you guys. Right. That's what's going to start you down the road of belief. Yeah.
Right.
That's belief unto itself, right? That even faking it till you make it is a small, you only need a mustard size. A mustard seed sized of belief.
Yeah,
Faith
right.
is all it takes. So fake it till you make it'll work too. And then as it starts repeating it for you, as you start getting that synchronization starts hitting, you start going, wow. And Neville Goddard said it so many times. When you use your imagination, right, which is what words of affirmation are. Okay, you're using your imagination to call in this abundance, and you know, once you do that and you just kind of let it go, you don't look for the signs, right? Oh, I see this happening. This must be it, right? That'll make it fail. But as all of a sudden you find yourself in this position, you're like, oh, then you start thinking back and you go, wait, this is exactly what I called in.
Mm-hmm.
And you start putting the things together in retrospect, not before, right? In retrospect, once you're there, then you put it in retrospect and then you have even more evidence, which solidifies your belief even more, your faith even more, and you can do it even more. You can do the abundance, you can do the healing, you can do the world peace, you can do the whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Just shoot out that energy, shoot out that vibration. And if enough of us do this, that's when the world changes. Your small world changes, just like your friend. Her small world changed. My experience on a small level changed. If everyone's world changes even on a small level, and it's all combined, that's a big change in the world.
Huge.
Right.
Huge.
So that brings us to belief as the currency. Right?
Oh,
yes. I mean, obviously, belief is the currency.
If you're able to believe and manifest whatever you want,
right?
Of course, that would be the most important thing.
Right. It has to come from, look at when she did this for abundance, it's because she had hit rock bottom. She had missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Or he, I don't know who we're talking about, but here she had missed opportunities, missed these different things. So the person's doing it not out of desperation, but out of love for themselves. Like, I deserve better than this.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, God agrees with you. Okay? You do deserve better than this. All of us do. So reach out and grab it. Reach out and declare it. So belief is the currency. So we went through this. Summer was really just a up and down roller coaster. But one of the big things that happened over the summer was the Charlie Kirk event that happened at the university, some university. And so
massive,
right.
It created a lot of division
instantly.
When I will say that there's people that I know that are family, siblings that no longer talk to each other
because of this one event,
one day.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. So I saw this thing, what I thought I saw, right? You see this thing on TV, you see it on socials, and you can get caught up in it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience, a lot of things start bubbling up. We're only human. So a lot of things so judgment starts bubbling up. Resentment starts bubbling up. This guy, Charlie, I would see some of his videos on social sometimes and I'd be thinking, gosh, dude, you're saying these things in such a certain way. Some people can, with mental health issues could possibly take offense and want to hurt you. And even on the other side, even people that aren't Charlie Kirk, people on the other side of the say things like Noam Chomsky, for instance, he says some crazy stuff too. And you might think, well, the government might not like that someday and want to take you out like JFK or something like this, right? So
Yeah.
you get all these negative kind of thoughts, and then you start thinking about his family, and then he has kids, and you just really got to slow it down. All right, we got to slow this thing down, because what's really happening here is that the controllers, the 3D matrix survives on what we call or what popular culture has called loosh. All right.
Loosh?
Yeah, loosh.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that. What is that?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you. So, it's right over here. I'll pull it up for you. Loosh. The loosh theory, popularized by Robert Monroe, who's wonderful. Robert Monroe is just an absolute angel of a man. Loosh theory, popularized by Robert Monroe, suggests that emotional energy, especially negative energy, like fear and suffering, is harvested by other entities in order to manifest their reality. And what reality is that? That's the reality of duality, the reality that we are separate and not one. That's the reality the controllers and the matrix wants to always put forth, because then it puts us on one side and them on the other, and then we can never get together.
Right.
And so when I internalize this loosh theory, Holy Spirit immediately comes to me and goes, "Oh yes, absolutely true." Although I would rather call it belief instead of loosh, because loosh is like, well, what's that? But it's belief. It's belief that you can die. It's belief that someone can harm you when you're just innocent. It's belief that that we are separate. It's belief that God is not within you. It's any less than belief. That's what loosh is. And they're harvesting our belief. So belief is our currency. So what I found myself doing was just rejecting the entire Charlie Kirk thing out of hand. So it starts off with, I don't want to see stuff like this, right? So I start just scrolling past. If there's a video or something on the social, I'll scroll past it, just try to dismiss it, try to keep it out of my mind.
Yeah.
And some people, the 3D rationalization would be, well, you don't care. It's because you don't care. Or you're being insensitive, or you're being naive, right? That's just to draw you back in.
Right.
Make
you feel less than, attack your ego.
Right. The real reality is that I don't know this person. He's just a character in a story on the television. For my own personal consciousness, my own personal experience, he is simply a character on the TV. And that's all he is. And I don't want to internalize a character who I don't know, never met. I don't know if his name's Charlie. I don't know if look, the fact of the matter is we have tons of evidence that the CIA and the controllers, okay, they create all types of different fake characters in history. All right, that say they're one thing and they do another, right? We have evidence now that Martin Luther King was on CIA payroll until he started going sideways, and then they wanted to kill him because he wasn't useful anymore. And JFK and all these other people. So, and when you dig into it, you're like, well, was Martin Luther King? He did a lot of great things, don't get me wrong, but the CIA came up with all types of, he was an adulterer or whatever they say. And you can move this over to Noam Chomsky. You can move it on to any activist that were once on the payroll of the CIA or any government, and then they're not useful anymore, so they do away with them, right? They change the name or they kill them, supposedly, any of these things. So what evidence do I actually have that any of this is true? That he is this person that did A, B, and C, that this assassin is this person, right? So I just kind of, instead of just ignoring it, I just changed the narrative. Like, I don't really know, right?
Okay.
I don't really know who this person is.
Yeah.
So why is it important to me? It's not. It's not important to me. And that's not being selfish or anything else. It's just me seeing a propaganda, a PR, like public relations, when
Sure.
a new album or a new book comes out.
Yeah, and they spam you.
They spam you
the
with
shit
everything.
out of it.
It's the same thing with this, right? If the left doesn't like this guy, why are they putting him on every newscast? And if the right doesn't like the left, why are they putting the fact that, you know what I mean? Like, why
Yeah.
are they putting the fact that the left wants to hurt us? Or it just seemed like they were kind of on the same team in a way. They're both promoting violence in a way, or division.
Right.
The left is promoting division on the right. The right's promoting division on the left. So that puts them on the same team, in my opinion, because the unified message is divide.
The unified message should be love.
Correct.
And if they're not on board with that, then they're on the same team and they're against that.
Exactly. Then they're on the team with the controllers,
Mhm.
and they're trying to harvest our belief so they can keep themselves on top and us on the bottom.
Yeah, because neither one of them is loving the neighbor.
Right. That's a huge violation.
Right.
You have to love your neighbor.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to be written a ticket.
Reaped.
Absolutely. So then I start doing that. Next thing I know, all types of other, maybe 3 weeks later. So I get this out of my consciousness. I'm not sad or happy or nothing. It's just gone. I just blank it out. Right? Like if I was reading a Stephen King novel
Yeah.
and it sucked and I
Yeah.
just closed it and decided not to read it anymore. Right? It doesn't come back. So 3 weeks later, once I decide that I'm not going to believe this on multiple, so you can believe that he's not dead because he's in the afterlife forever, right? He's immediately in the quantum. He's with his family still. You can believe it like that.
Sure.
You can believe that it's the whole thing's fake, that the entire,
hoax.
the entire thing's a hoax, that all the people in the crowd were extras, that he's just a character.
There's a lot of different
There's a lot of different
here.
narratives. Yeah, you can.
Mossad or something. I heard.
Right,
that-
right. Oh, yeah.
that
Israel
there was,
wants to shoot him.
It was shot from behind, not from 100
Yeah.
yards away. There was
Meanwhile-
an explosive device in his necktie. Whatever. There's
Right.
a lot.
There's a lot of stuff going on, right?
So
they pick
why
him
is
up.
there so many?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why is there so many?
The smoke screen is just big.
It is.
It's a big smoke screen.
If there's 600 people at this event or 250, how come I'm not seeing 250 videos, all different, from all different perspectives?
I've only seen a couple.
Right. I've seen the same 3 or 4
But
over
in
and
those
over and
videos,
over.
I see like 50 other people holding photos.
You're right. So where's those videos? You know what I mean? It's
Right.
just it's clearly a controlled operation as far as how they want us to look at it,
Mm.
and that alone is enough for me to just be like fake. Whether it's fake how they want me to react to it, or whether the whole thing is actually fake, it doesn't matter. I need to get it out of my belief system, because you have, in order to reap something like that,
It's just taking away your power.
yeah. It keeps you in that. You think you can manifest abundance if you're focused on whether the shooter was, on the
Was
rooftop?
a trans roommate or Mossad?
Right,
Like what? I
right,
don't even
right,
know what I'm
right.
thinking anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bro.
Do you think you can manifest abundance or healing your father from cancer or leveling up at your job or world peace if you're thinking about whether the shooter was a trans lover of the Mossad? I mean, for reals, there's no
Yeah.
way. You're so drunk. I'm
Yeah.
drunk right now. You just saying that. I'm just like, wait a minute. My brain that's like brain rot, right?
I
That's
kept
like
hearing this. The roommate was trans. The roommate was like, who?
Yeah.
What?
And then
Like,
it was,
what is that?
and then it was
And then
Mossad
it's
is trans.
Yeah. It's
And then it
Israel.
was-
It's Israel.
And then it was, he used his grandfather's gun from 1870. Have you heard this one? I mean, anyway, it's all just passing. But the point is, I decide to not give it any power. And then all of a sudden, the 3D rationalization is to suck you in more and at the same time show you that it is fake, right? Like there's only 4 videos. There's only 4 perspectives. His friends pick him up and carry him to an SUV. Meanwhile, why aren't they tying a tourniquet? Why aren't they trying to stop the bleeding? Why is there no blood all over them? Like all this stuff.
Was the autopsy ever revealed?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's just
Is the
so
bullet still
it's out of
lodged in
control.
the neck? Like,
It's out
what
of
is
control.
going on?
It's out of control. So it just empowers you to not believe it anymore, right? And that's an extreme example. All right. Since belief is your currency, you need to unwind all your beliefs, and you got to start with the biggest ones, right? And well, you can start with small ones, like, if you believe you're not worthy, you believe you're not good, you believe you're a failure, you believe anything negative, start there. Like, you're none of those things. You're actually the son or daughter of God, period. Made in his image. Okay, done. All right. So all those other things, you're not perfect, but if you don't believe it now, it changes the past. The quantum physicist just told us, right?
Right.
So you got to have this. You go from that small, now that you know that you're a divine son of God, okay? You're actually a spiritual being with all kinds of superpowers, co-creating this reality with all of us and God, okay? Now you go to bigger beliefs, guys. We got to go bigger, okay? And you can start off with something. This one's really easy. Now, 10 years ago, this one wouldn't have been easy at all. But these days, it's really easy. And it's one I use to really anchor myself in holding back my belief, okay? And it's going to get a little nuanced. So you can take the moon landing, all right? The moon landing, man, look, it's so easy. Just go on YouTube and just don't look up any conspiracy videos.
Yeah.
Just look up Apollo moon landing and watch all the YouTubes of the official footage, okay? And watch them land on the moon in something that looks like you made it out of your trash cans. It literally looks like that movie Explorers with the little kids. Remember they make that little spaceship and they go up
trash cans.
Out of trash cans.
Yeah,
That's
and
what it
cardboard
looks. Okay,
boxes.
well, the official Apollo moon landing, it's landing. It looks like that ship from the Explorers made out of trash cans. It just does. And then out of nowhere, all these human beings come out of it. This thing looks tiny. It looks like a fort my children made with the dining room table.
Not
and
a
some
studio
blankets.
apartment.
No. And they
It's
pull.
a fort. It's smaller than a treehouse.
It is. And they pull out a dune buggy.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they pull out a dune buggy out of this thing, as well as all the other astronauts. They pull a dune buggy out. They start driving. They start doing donuts on the lunar surface, supposedly. They break out golf clubs. They start playing golf on the moon. Then Nixon picks up the landline telephone and calls them on the moon. I mean, guys, it's really easy. It's so simple. It's so simple. It is straight up fake. It is fake as fuck. It didn't happen, and it's never going to happen. And that one right there is a great one to just grab a hold of. Now, you may be thinking, who knows what you're thinking, but this one's really easy to do. At the same time, I don't believe we landed on the moon, okay? I don't. At the same time, it doesn't affect my everyday life, though. Nothing changes that I don't believe in the moon. Internally, a lot of things change, right? Internally, a lot of things change. And I'm holding back that belief now. I make that my own. And I don't have to believe that we did land. But it still doesn't change. So if I'm out walking around, how many times do people bring up whether I think the moon, it just doesn't come up. And if it ever did, I would just go along to get along. Oh yeah. Or I'd change the subject or whatever, especially if it's going to scare someone or make someone feel uncomfortable. I don't want to do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Right. This is an internal journey that I'm on. I'm not here to convince anyone, but on our podcast here, I'm trying to give you more fuel and more different ways to start expanding your non-belief in their world, the Truman Show. There's so many fake things, man. I'm talking from the crime numbers to the budget numbers to the economy. Fake, fake, fake. They're trying to get you to believe in less than, in scarcity, so you manifest that for yourself. And then
it's a campaign of fear.
It's a campaign of fear to harvest your belief in your loosh. Because if you manifest scarcity for yourself, you're manifesting abundance for someone else. Don't do that. Because if the Lord can feed the multitudes with a fish and 2 loaves of bread, then there's plenty for everyone, right? And that's the truth.
Yeah.
And that is that's the greatest example you can point to, right? So you started with small things, right? You don't believe you're a piece of shit anymore. You believe you're the son of God or the daughter of God. Or you believe you're a divine human being, filled with love, right? So let's go up to bigger things, right? So the Charlie Kirk thing, it didn't happen the way they said it did, okay? And he's not.
It couldn't.
Right. And he's not
Or
dead.
else, where's the autopsy report?
Yeah, you'll never see it. And he's not dead in the sense of we all live forever because there is no death, right?
Right.
Jesus showed us that, right? You can do that. Or something's really off by this whole thing. He could just be another character,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Just to
very much.
just to do this whole harvesting of your belief thing. And so this is the biggest thing. It's your currency, right? You wouldn't let someone steal your wallet. You wouldn't let someone just take all your money out of your bank account. So don't let anyone just take your belief.
Are you saying it's a scam?
The world they project
It's
On-
to hold you down.
on the TV is a scam. It's a total scam. How do I know? Because the Lord says, do not worry about what you will eat or what you will wear. You have authority over the enemy and all of his powers. Well, is he lying?
Mm.
No, he's not. Okay. And all right, I have one more here. This is really cool. All right, so the controllers know this, okay? The controllers know your thoughts create reality. All right. And in 1999, go ahead.
We did an episode, this was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, about the FBI files or something, where there was proof that like they were actually studying that.
Yeah,
The CIA.
declassified document.
Right,
yeah,
the declassified one.
yeah. We've gone over that a bit.
Right.
And we're going to go over it more too. Here's another one here. So the Center for the Study of Intelligence, CIA, in 1999, the CIA Center for the Study of Intelligence published Psychology of Intelligence Analysis. And it says here, people tend to think of perception as a passive process. We see, hear, smell, taste, or feel stimuli that impinge upon our senses. We think that if we are at all objective, we record what is actually there. Yet perception is demonstrably an active rather than a passive process. It constructs rather than records reality. You understand?
Whoa.
Okay. All right. The controllers know this.
Yeah. Well, they've been studying it since
Exactly.
the 70s.
So how do we reverse engineer to make sure we never lose our power?
Mm.
Oh, convince everybody they're freaking a bunch of dunderheads and that someone's out to kill them or someone's out to get them or there's
Take their mind off of it.
Okay. It constructs rather than records reality. Okay. Perception implies understanding as well as awareness. It is a process of inference in which people construct their own version of reality on the basis of information provided through the five senses. Except for the added, exactly, on the basis of information provided through the five senses. And then what do? They send you through your eyes this information. Construct their own version of reality. But if they're all giving us the same information through the TV, through the socials, then we're going to construct the same reality or close to it.
Of course.
And then it's all going to be a little bit different. Maybe that's where some of the Mandelas come from as well, right? Everyone's going to, we all are time travelers shifting these timelines constantly. But on big issues, they're trying to just make it one. You see that? On the moon landing, it's all supposed to be one. On the Charlie Kirk, it's all supposed to be, this is what happened. Mm-hmm. On the economy, it's, this is what happened. And on with all the big issues. All right? As already noted, what people in general and analysts in particular perceive and how readily they perceive it are strongly influenced by their past experience, education, cultural values, and role requirements, as well as by the stimuli recorded by their receptor organs. Many experiments have been conducted to show the extraordinary extent to which the information obtained by an observer depends upon the observer's own assumptions and preconceptions. All right, now look at this. I'm going to show you this thing on this picture of this, okay? Look at this. You see that?
Okay.
All right, now, okay, I just showed Tim a figure. Now, what did you see there?
Just 3 triangles with different, almost like when you have the magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
It's like a triangle
okay.
pops up, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I am certain. It
All
was
right.
like Paris and
what did they say?
Bird in the hand.
What did they say?
Paris in the spring, once in a lifetime, and bird in the hand.
Right. Okay, now, Tim just read that, and he's completely wrong. He's completely fucking wrong. I just showed him this table. It's 3 triangles
Yeah.
with 3 sentences in there.
Yeah.
And he just read them to us.
Mm.
And he's totally wrong.
How's that?
I know. How is that?
Okay.
You're totally wrong. Did you read it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it said the same thing.
It did?
Yeah.
Look at it again. And I'm going to tell you first. It says, Paris in the spring, once in a lifetime, bird in the hand. Now look at it.
Oh.
Mind blown. You looked at that multiple times and didn't see it. Period.
Yeah.
You looked at it multiple times.
That's true.
I just brought you into a new reality.
You just changed it.
I just brought you into a new reality.
That's
right now.
Photoshop.
You were just
You
in a different
photoshopped
timeline.
that.
You were just in a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw Paris. I did the same thing before you got here. I read this thing and stared at it, and I could not find where the anomaly was. I had to look it up and find out.
Yeah.
And then when I did, I could see it.
Right.
And I couldn't see it before. Crazy.
That's really crazy.
For example, when you looked at figure 1 above, what did you see?
Paris in the spring.
Yeah. We tend to perceive what we expect to perceive.
Oh, yeah.
We tend to perceive what we expect to perceive. And I just did the experiment right here. And you were living in that reality. It was no big deal. It was three triangles with three simple things.
3 simple sentences.
Dude, your mind is still trying to catch up right now, folks. He's melting right now.
Yeah.
He's molting. Molding.
I feel
Is that
like
what they call
I
it?
just had brain surgery.
Oh my God. So you guys got to look that up. What do they call it? Just Paris in the spring experiment, visual experiment. Go ahead and look that up. Although they'll know the answer now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's good. Automator.
Remember that?
Oh my gosh. Tim's been noticing synchronization in a big way. I was driving to a appointment. All the parking was backed up. I had to go down 3 side streets, and there was one parking spot open. I parked in the back of it, and there was a license plate, and the license plate said, welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
It had the official Twilight Zone logo. Out of all the cars I could have parked behind, I parked behind that one. And then across the street, the address I saw, 111. What's yours?
Mine says automated. Okay, so I was on the way to your place we were going to go to a show or something, and you said, oh, get ready to go through a portal, because usually when me and Cody hang out, we end up going through a portal of some sort.
Yeah, big timeline shift.
And right when he said that, I just had the chills, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to come over there, because it gets crazy. It's some of them, you're on the verge of losing your mind.
Right.
And right after he said that, and I was literally like a minute from your place at the stoplight, the very next stoplight, like 20 seconds later.
Right.
I see a license plate that says Automator.
Oh my God.
AUTAM8R.
And then you looked it up.
Automator.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And that would stand out to you and you alone, because you like Dan the Automator.
Yeah.
This type of.
I do. And I had just seen Deltron 3030, Dan the Automator. And he also worked with Cool Keith. And
right. Like if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, Automator. It wouldn't mean that much. But you seeing it specifically individually.
Right. And I'm thinking, so an OR at the end of it means it's someone that's, automating something.
Right.
Right. An automator. And I looked up automation. It describes a wide range of technologies that reduce human intervention in processes, mainly by predetermining decision criteria, sub-process relationships, and related actions, as well as the embodying those predeterminations in machines. I mean, I was just kind of blown away. And then I pulled up to your house, and I was like, I think I'm ready.
Oh, my God.
Let's go see what's going to happen.
Oh, my gosh. We're dosed.
Yeah.
We're dosed with the divine. So yeah, don't give away your currency. Don't give away your belief to just anything.
Protect your belief.
Protect your belief, guys. And all the big things they talk about, man, We're going to start to go over it more on these future episodes too. There's more I want to kind of open your guys' eyes to. And it's not like I'm right and you're wrong either, bro. Okay. If you live in a timeline where they did land on the moon, God bless you. I know I did at one point.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear to God I did.
Yeah.
However, we're in the timeline now where you can't have both. You can't land on the moon and have the divine and you be divine, right? Because you'd be able to land on the moon. And if you can't, then there's something wrong there. We should all be landing on the moon. We are all on the moon. You know what I mean? Like we're all divine.
Right.
This whole idea that we land on the moon, it only increases the duality, us against them, right? We did it because we didn't want the Russians to get there first. We've been on the moon, but they haven't. You're insignificant. The universe is so big and you're insignificant, which takes away your divinity. If you believe, see, it starts off with, we landed on the moon, isn't that great? And it slowly devolves into, you're insignificant because there's so many galaxies out there. How could you ever think that you're special or divine? Why would God create you in his image when he created the entire, with multiple moons and these type of things? It just makes you feel small. And it starts to wedge itself into your belief of that you are the son of God. You are the daughter of God, right? There's nothing bigger than you. You're the greatest creation. So let's start living like it and let's not give away our beliefs.
Yeah, it's the most important thing.
We love
You
you.
gotta lock it up, put it in a safety deposit box, keep your eye on it.
Put it in a treasure chest and drop it to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Don't let them get it. Don't let them get it because we can observe what they say reality is and still, like, I'm still going to pay my taxes. I'm still going to go 55 miles an hour on the, the speed limit. Like that's not, we're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Okay. No one knows on the big issues, what you believe.
Right.
You don't have to believe everything they say about history, about all these different things, because it doesn't serve you. Going 65 on the highway does serve you because you don't get in a car accident.
You still got to render.
All right. Yeah. Paying your taxes, that does serve you because you have to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. But that's it. He doesn't own the moon.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. We love you. Thanks
we
for
do.
listening. And I'm so happy we got this done.
I am
Later.
too. Later.